Okay, welcome back, guys. Welcome back for a second round of talk. Remember, the first one never goes so well because guess what? The light, the light just chipped out. You know what I mean? The current just chipped out just like that. You understand what I'm saying? And it didn't get boost back fast enough for us to continue the stream. You know what I mean? It didn't get boost back up fast enough to continue the stream. The current just chipped out. There's raining and thunderstorm outside, Nico. So guess what? It just chipped out. Lightning just chipped out the current. So here we are again for the second time running. You know what I mean? They say lightning can't strike twice, right? Okay. So let's see. Let's see. So yes, we were talking about transfer. You know what I mean? The transfer and this transfer madness. Up the Arsenal. Will, what's up, Will? It's been a second I've seen you around. How are you? How are you? Yeah, it's been a while, Will. How have you been, man? How have you been? Yeah, so here we are, doing the damn thing, doing what we do, right? Doing what we do. Um, yes, people. Thank you guys for joining back the stream. Nico, appreciate it. Nico, appreciate it. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Nico. How are you feeling? I don't know what's going on with my stream, but I just kind of seem to figure it out up and running. But we are here. Will say good. You? I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. You miss Riley becoming a die-hard Spurs fans. And that was supposed to be a joke? Oh man, next time you warn me so I can laugh. Alright, next time you warn me so I can laugh. Because I didn't realize that that was what's going on. Okay? Next time you have to give me a proper warning so I can laugh. Come on, man. You know that will never happen, Nico. You know, Will. You know that will never ever happen. Come on, stop following Nico. Stop letting Nico lead you astray. All right. But we are here to talk about some football. You know what I mean? Some football and the transfer market and the football itself. What is going on with this football madness? You know what I mean? Football madness. This is a football madness. Football is like football is under stick up. You know what I mean? It's like them stick up football. Bad guys, it's like them just stick up football. Who are the bad guys? You know what I mean? These owners. You know what I mean? These FIFAs. All of them people. Yeah. It's like football is being sticked up. Even some of these players. You know what I'm saying? Even some of these players. What is up with the beautiful game of football? Where did we go wrong? You know what I'm saying? Where did we go wrong? So we're gonna be talking some of those stuff. But before we do that, we're gonna be looking in the transfer market for a bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna be looking in the transfer market for a bit. So let's see. Let's see. It's so funny. I'm just reading a text right now. I did a video on England not making it to the World Cup final, right? And the video was titled "It's Not Coming Home." It's not coming home. And somebody just text underneath that video 4 minutes ago. 4 minutes ago. And the text read, Black fathers ain't coming home. This is what we're talking about with football. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're talking about with football. Football has gone so far down apart, it's just not even funny anymore. You get what I'm saying? It's just not even funny anymore. It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, big up you guys in the chat. Big up you guys. Thank you guys for being here with us. Thank you for, you know what I mean, clicking on your stream and enjoying the content that we're talking about. You know what I mean? So we were doing some talking already, and we were interrupted by the power outage. I had a power outage issue because it's raining outside, and that affect my power just now. It was just like a blink, on and off. But y'all know the Wi-Fi gonna go down and all of that, and then it have to reboot and come right back up and all of that. You know what I mean? So we had all of that we had to be dealing with, and we're back again. We're back again. So we were talking about the Julian Alvarez situation. Julian Alvarez. Here we are talking about Julian Alvarez. We have Julian Alvarez and all of them. But let's start with the Julian Alvarez situation. So Julian Alvarez has stated publicly that he wants to leave Atletico Madrid. Everybody remember Julian. He signed from Manchester City after winning, I think, double Premier League champion plus a FA Cup, I think, or something like that. Signed from Manchester United, City, straight to Atletico Madrid. I guess everybody have a dream when they sign for a club, right? Everybody's dream is to go there and win titles and make sure that they make themselves a club legend and all of them goodies. You know what I mean? That probably was the dream of Julian Alvarez. That dream was quickly brought to reality when he realized that Atletico Madrid is not going to give him those reality. You know what I mean? And the reality is going to come from Barcelona, right? Or Real Madrid, which are the two top dogs in Spain and are more likely to win the La Liga, right? So Julian decided that he wants to go to Barcelona. He let the club know his dream, his wishes, X, Y, Z, and all of that. But we all know the situation with rival. Atletico Madrid decided that they're not selling their best asset to a rival club, especially one like Barcelona or Real Madrid, where they're going to strengthen them totally. Now, can you imagine, with all of the strength that Barcelona and Real Madrid are putting into this team, they are going to be strengthened to beyond or outer Atletico Madrid region. Atletico Madrid still have ambition to win La Liga. You know? They still have ambition to win La Liga. You see what I say? And that situation not going to change. So if they sell their best asset, which is Atletico Madrid to La Liga, I mean, like, them pretty much just hand them the trophy. They're pretty much taking themselves out of the race. You understand what I'm saying? So they decided that they're not doing that. They are not selling to a direct rival. And right now, the club and everything is at a standstill. The presidents are talking. Barcelona president said the offer is on the table. So I don't know if they're not planning on bidding anymore, and that's just where their final offer is going to be. But they say the offer is not everlasting. You know what I mean? That means, guess what? At some point, if y'all don't respond, or if y'all decide that y'all still not going to sell this player to us, we going to look elsewhere. Alright, my understanding is that Arsenal, my club, my team, is still in the running for Julian Alvarez. Why? I don't really know. It's a player that have a firm destination of where he wants to go. Y'all remember Victor Gyökeres, right? Victor Gyökeres had a firm destination of where he wanted to go, and because he had a firm destination of where he wanted to go, he was not wavering for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody could have gotten him to even entertain conversation. Manchester United had an agreement with Victor Gyökeres' club to get Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres said no, it's Arsenal. You know what I mean? So when a player is adamant that he wants to go to a club, 95% of the time, or probably up to 99% of the time, that player is going to get what they want no matter what. Right? So Arsenal being there in the wings, I don't understand it. But we're here watching still from the outside because Julian Alvarez is a fantastic player. Fantastic player. And if Arsenal can sign a Julian Alvarez, it's going to be a fantastic season for us. A fantastic couple season, 2, 3, 4 season, probably. You know what I'm saying? That will give us some firepower, some much needed firepower with a clinical finisher like Julian. Right? But Julian have his eyes set on elsewhere. And I kind of understand the aspect of Julian have his eyes setting on somewhere else. Because remember this, Julian has already been in the Premier League. He has already won the Premier League twice with Manchester City. He's been in La Liga and they have not won it yet. So it's a situation where he probably going to try to, he's going to want to win that La Liga trophy. You know what I mean? Plus he's Argentine. Argentine players kind of love Spanish League. You understand what I'm saying? They kind of love the Spanish League. So yeah, that's the situation. So it's right now, it's at a standstill. Everybody's at a standoff. Barca over there, so Atletico Madrid over here, so. And I'm a throw word at each other. You ain't getting my player. But Arsenal is like, yo, my offer ain't gonna stand forever, you know. You know what I'm saying? So those are some of the situations that's going on with the Julian Albert situation. I hope it comes to a quick climax. You know what I'm saying? So Arsenal can figure out what they want to do and move forward. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, figure out what they want to do and move forward. Big up everybody in the chat. I see man of culture coming in and all of that. You know what I mean? Big up on yourself, big up on yourself. So we will still get Gomez or what? There's been no update on Bruno situation at all. Yes, I'm saying Arsenal is still yet. I don't understand why Arsenal do business or they do business. I don't know. I don't know if it's effective in their eyes. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Because Bruno stated publicly that he wants to join Arsenal. So if Bruno stated publicly that he wants to join Arsenal, is it now the time for you to make a move, make a bid, something? They made 55 mil quid, and it was not enough. It was not enough. Newcastle tell them that they must be crazy. You know what I mean? Which is understandable. We're talking about Bruno. We're talking about the captain. We're talking about the leader. We're talking about a fan favorite person. We're not just talking about Tonali. Where they gonna say, okay, guess what? Yeah, give 100 million and take it. It's gonna be a fight. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a fight. You understand? So if you know it's gonna be a fight, why not start the fight from now? Why are you gonna wait until further? Bruno has left the World Cup already. He has left the World Cup already. And I thought they say, okay, guess what? We're waiting on the players to leave the World Cup. Bruno has already left the World Cup. I understand the situation with Rodgers because he's still there. I have this ridiculous third place playoff situation to play. I mean, like, where does that come from? The third place playoff. I'm like, who wants to do that? I go and do a video on that third place playoff foolishness now. I go and do a video on it. Because it's totally madness. You know? But the Bruno situation, Arsenal is yet to make an official bid to Newcastle. I don't know if they're taking Newcastle serious that, hey, guess what? The player is not for sale. I don't know if that is the situation or they're just buying time, wearing down. Don't know what's the situation. You know what I mean? Don't know what's the situation. So yeah, that's my take on that. Bruno Alvarez and Rodgers. That's a massive market, my brother. That's a massive, massive market. I'm disappointed that Liverpool didn't go for Gomez. Well, Liverpool, you have to understand, people have to identify players that are going to fit their system, the coach. Remember, y'all have a new coach as well. You know what I mean? So they're going to identify players that fit what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Really and truly. Okay, look at us with Rodgers. Let's move to Rodgers right now. We are here on the outside sitting and saying to ourselves, why are we after Rodgers? Why Arsenal after Rodgers? When we need a wide player. You know what I mean? But we don't understand what tweak Arteta is going to make with this system. We do really not understand what tweak Arteta is going to make with the system. You get me? And that's where we have a problem figuring out, okay, guess what? This is what's going to be happening. This is what we're going to be doing. I don't know. We don't know. We don't understand what they're doing. So we're waiting. We understand that Morgan Rodgers is the prime player that they want. This is their main target. That's the player that Arteta want for that left side. You know what I mean? And that is that. When we just start hearing these rumors, you know what I mean, about all of that, we thought it was just going to be a left eight or something. But he apparently want him as a left wing. You know what I mean? Big up yourself, Will. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Appreciate you for passing through, bro. You know, so that's a situation. We wanted Rodgers for a left wing position. We still have the likes of Martinelli who is still here. So probably because we still have Martinelli is the reason why we don't see Arsenal trying to trigger a Barcola situation. We probably won't see a Barcola moving unless a Martinelli moves. Right? And I'm not hearing any news going around that Martinelli going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Martinelli himself said he wants to stay at the club. So I don't know. Let's see what's going to be the outcome of that. We still have a long market. We still have time. You know what I mean? Even when Premier League is back, the market's still going to be open. So we may never know or understand what is going on until we see. All we're asking is just for somebody's transfer business to start, man. You know, just start somebody's transfer business. The Morgan Rodgers, we hear that club to club talk has begun. How true that is, I do not know. but we've heard that the club-to-club talk has begun, and Arsenal are aggressively pushing to get Morgan Rodgers. Aston Villa say he's not for sale. I think, and then they slap 130 million on his head. So I think they push the basket. I think they push it to the limit. You know what I mean? Will Arsenal pay all of that for Morgan Rodgers? Is Morgan Rodgers worth all of that? You know what I mean? I don't think so. I don't think so. So the club to club talk has begun. So negotiations are going on right now between these two clubs, Arsenal and Newcastle. Newcastle seem to be losing players like crazy though. You know what I mean? And Aston Villa. You get to understand Aston Villa situation is a money kind of situation. So I don't know if Aston Villa can stick up and hold up Arsenal and not selling them Morgan Rodgers, because I understand that they need to sell. You get me? They have already sold some players, you know what I mean? So how much do they need to sell to balance their books to do what they want to do? That's a part of the situation that we need to ask ourselves, right? But this they need to sell. Let's see if Arsenal can buy. They need to sell, Arsenal need to buy. That's a beautiful story right there, right? Why can't we just get it done then? You know what I mean? Sell, we buy, call it a good day, shake hands, gentlemen, and we move forward. It's not that simple, right? It's gotta be difficult. It gotta be difficult. Money is the root of all evil, and that's what's taking over football right now. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but before we move to that topic, which I want to talk about, let's talk about the Olise topic. Michael Olise topic. Y'all remember that little player from Crystal Palace, Michael Olise. How, where, when did this player become one of the biggest talking points in football? You know what I mean? If Crystal Palace had seen this coming, they probably would have slapped a bigger money on his head for Bayern Munich to pay. Or they could have probably all out. They could have been getting 150 mil right now from Real Madrid. You get what I'm saying? They could have gotten 150 mil right now from Real Madrid. Michael Olise has, it is stated that he wants to move to Real Madrid, right? And when I watched this French team, I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. Because Michael Olise and Kylian Mbappe, they have a very, very good understanding on the pitch. They have a very, very good understanding on the pitch. And you can see that. And I think they want to recreate that in this Real Madrid team. And if they do that, bro, it's going to be a lot of problems. It's going to be a lot of big up everybody. Monoculture says selling players has always been our weakness. Hopefully, Berta can change that. Hopefully, Berta can change that. We're looking forward to Berta changing that. Yes, I'm saying we are looking forward to Berta changing that. The thing is this. I don't even know why selling players is the point. I think we hold on to our players too long. You know what I mean? Until their value drop. And teams know that their value drop. So they're not willing to pay what Arsenal would want them to pay. You know what I mean? If Arsenal sell, I'd let them go like a season or two before, they probably would have managed to get the money that they want. You know what I mean? But we tend to hold on to players for a little bit longer than normal. Look at Martinelli, for example. Martinelli has dipped in form for a while now. You know what I mean? I like the guy. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he needs to leave. And that's a part of our problem, because we need better quality over on that side. So if we need better quality over on that side, why am I not saying that he's to leave? You get where I'm coming from? These are some of the situations that we're facing. We get attached to our players and we don't want to see them leave. You know what I mean? It was a brutal decision to let Trossard go. We are attached to Trossard. A lot of person was saying, even before the transfer window, that we should sell Trossard. And when the deal, when the move has finally been sanctioned, we're saying, hey, no, I wonder if it was a good move for us to sell Trossard. He's a good player. He could have been a squad player. Whole heap of things, questioning ourselves. You know what I mean? And we were adamant that this is what we needed to do. You get me? And so those are some of the situations. We need to learn how to let go. You know what I mean? We need to let go. We need to learn how to let go and how to move on. So we can be better. You know what I mean? So we can be better in things that we do. These are some of the situations that we're facing. But Michael Olise, they have put I think Bayern Munich says it's not for sale. You know what I mean? They want to offer him a new contract. and they want to build and go forward with him in the future. I think they want to make him one of the third best paid player at Bayern Munich. So let's see how that goes because I think he said he wants to go to Real Madrid. I'm not sure if he said that publicly. He said that to friends and they're just spreading the word. However, the situation is. It's not like a Bruno Gomez situation that he said, hey, guess what? I want to go to Arsenal. You know what I mean? It wasn't a situation like that. So let's see what gonna be the outcome of this Olise situation. Now, 150 mil. 150 mil was big and it was not deep enough. Football has gone to a different level as far as money is concerned. You know what I mean? It has gone to a whole different level as far as money is concerned. And people not realizing that money is taking over and the quality is leaving. The quality is leaving. I look at this World Cup and here you have some teams that turn up. And you have some nation. Just look at some of the nation that were really play football. And some of the nation them were not really in it financially like them other nation. The Germany them gone up early. Netherlands, all of them big powerhouse there. England stick around for a while, but guess what? England team has been crap for a long time now. You know what I mean? It's so to speak. In my eyes. You know what I'm saying? England team has been watered down for a long time now. So they need to make a resurrection. So they needed a good World Cup. You know what I'm saying? And they exit in a not so fashionable way. You get me? Them exit show you that they have work to do. You know what I'm saying? The exit show you that they have work to do. So when you look at some of these teams that actually perform in this World Cup, are teams that are there for the first time. The Cape Verde them. You know what I mean? The Curacao. You know what I'm saying? Teams that are hungry for persons to acknowledge where they're from. The Egypt, the Morocco. You know what I mean? These are the teams that perform well because guess what? Their football is not being recognized to the fullest like the Europe and all of them. I was right here on the live one day when somebody texted in the chat and said, hey, you Americans and third world countries need to. It's like you want to tell us to leave football alone because football belongs to Europe. And football is always going to stay in Europe and XYZ and XYZ. And I'm like, yo, really? Football belongs to everybody. You know what I mean? Football belongs to everybody. You get me? And if you look at this whole situation, Argentina is the number one team in the world, I think, right now. You know what I mean? The best player in the world for years now is from Argentina. Argentina is not Europe, that's a South American country. You get where I'm coming from? So I don't understand why people would come up and say stupid stuff like that. Everybody's enjoying the game and the game is something that brings people together. But you just have some negative people that always want conflict and violence. You know what I mean? Always have those kind of people. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, so look at this team that has been doing the damn thing in the game, in the World Cup. You know what I mean? These are the teams that wants their country to get the highlight. And some of them did a damn pretty good job. You know what I mean? You look at this Cape Verde goalkeeper, 40 years old. 40 years old. And he's been playing all his life and he never get a highlight until he was 40 years old. And man, did he make a statement. Did anybody that watches World Cup don't know that keeper was not watching the World Cup? You know what I mean? I don't know that team. So that's just what I'm trying to show you. You get me? Football is spreading far and wide. I think money is taking over European football because these prices that these players are going for are just too ridiculous for me. You know what I mean? You look at Brazil. You know what I mean? My team, Brazil. Brazil football is so watered down and fresh. You know what I mean? You know when you have some sweet drinks and you want to stretch it so thin to make it serve and you put too much water in it and it just become fresh, you don't even want it no more? That's Brazil. That's Brazil football right now. Where did it all go wrong for Brazil? Why Argentina still growing and developing and getting better and Brazil at decline? You get what I'm saying? Brazil football like decline. Where are we going to see the next generation of Brazilian football coming from? Where are we going to see the next Ronaldinho? Where? Where are we going to see these players developing and coming from again? Because guess what? As soon as them turn 15, them get by a European club. And they start doing the samba, them start kick the ball and run it down. You know what I'm saying? These are what been happening with these players. You know what I mean? Them not understand them DNA, them not have no identity. I ain't a European coach to coach Brazil football. That one next look of foolishness. You understand what I'm saying? Where did it all go wrong for football, man? When did we stop seeing football for football? You know what I mean? When? We're in a World Cup right now where we have water break. So we can push in advertisement. We're water break. So we can push in advertisement. I hear they're gonna be an halftime show for half an hour. So we can push in more advertisement. It's all about money. We have players, we have clubs rejecting 150 mil for a player. You understand what I'm saying? It's madness, people. It's madness. Well, this is what it is, right? I guess football is a part. I guess money making is a part of football now, and I guess they just got to work with what they have and what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I guess they just got to work with what they're doing. But the transfer. I know I've rant on a little bit. You know what I mean? Probably bored some of y'all to death, right? I apologize. Big up Michael that just entered the chat. What are you doing, Michael? What are you feeling? Just here and decided, you know what, it's raining outside, so let me just come on the live and chat with you guys for a bit about some transfer and just basically what's going on in football. We have signed our first real player, first team player. We have signed, this is our second signing because we have signed a third string goalkeeper. I still can't even remember the guy's name, to be honest with you. Still can't even remember the guy's name. But yeah, we have signed him. But we sold Trossard. You know what I mean? The Belgium clutch player. You know what I mean? I wish him all the best in his endeavor. You know what I mean? I hope he go over the I hope he go over Turkey and mash up the league over there. You get me? Yeah, man, I hope he mash up the league over there. So yeah. So we have signed we have sold Trossard, and his replacement was right there waiting in the wings. I hear AC Milan and those kind of clubs was trying to hijack this player, Christopher Solis. I hear persons was trying to hijack the move because they think that he was sitting down waiting on Arsenal and nobody knew if Arsenal was going to pull the trigger or not. You know what I mean? But you told them that, hey, guess what? Everything is okay, guys. I'm waiting on the Premier League champions. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm waiting on the Premier League champions. And it's just a signing that just creep up on persons because it's like it's been around for a while, but nobody took it serious. You know what I mean? When you look at his profile, when you look at his credential, what he brings to the game, it's almost like a like-for-like player. You know what I mean? It's almost like you just put a younger version of Trossard in that situation. I think him and Trossard probably have the same speed. To how they're identical. They're probably slower like. That's how identical they are to me. You know what I'm saying? The only advantage I think probably Trossard have is Trossard have a better left foot than him. I think Trossard have a better left foot than him but they are both good finishers because you can't sleep on Christopher Solis. Christopher Solis will find the top corner any given time you give him a chance. You know what I mean? He's a finisher and he's also an assist in his game. I think he was 52 goal and assists in the Belgium League last season. You know what I mean? And that's a staggering output for a player. Is he gonna replicate that in the league? I don't think so. You know what I mean? But even if we get half of that, a fraction of that, a good fraction of that, we'll still be fine. We will be alright. Michael said, excited here. Feels like we will have an attack that we won't be underwhelmed by. Zolis has great number. I watch his goals and he's like Rodgers scoring banners. Yeah, I see that too. That's what I'm telling them. They can't sleep on him. If you sleep on him, you're going to be punished. He can put them in the top corner from anywhere outside the 18. Anywhere in and around that 18, you sleep on him, you're going to be punished. And he also have the skills of a Trossard. He's a very skillful player. So he has the skills of a Trossard to hurt you. And those are some devastating situation as far as Zolis is concerned. I'm looking forward to it. It's like Arsene Wenger said. Arsene Wenger rate this signing. You know what I mean? Arsene Wenger rate this signing. Because he's saying that this is Arsenal DNA. This is Arsenal DNA. Arsenal DNA is making sure. Arsenal DNA is finding talent. Finding talent and developing them. You know what I mean? But of late we've been looking at Bournemouth, Brighton, and those are the teams that have been going in those markets, taking these same talent, these same Zolis, develop them in one season, they blow up. They buy them for 35 million and they blow up in one season and sell them for 95 million. That's a massive return. You know what I mean? Massive, massive return. So I do rate this signing. I like it. You know what I mean? I'm hopeful that we're gonna see. I'm hoping he hit the ground running. You know what I mean? People look at Victor Yakares. You know what I mean? Michael said, plus we get maybe Rodgers. Apparently, Arteta can sign attack players. LOL. Big up Red Skull in the building. Red Skull said, bless up, facts. Yes, Red Skull. We're right here, man. Just a reason some football. Today is just a reasoning day with a football fan. The players that we have, man. The players, them where, you know what I mean? So we are look upon Zolis right now. You know what I mean? So, as I said, Zolis is the kind of player that a Brentford would buy. A Brighton would buy. Them little team, the mid-table team, those mid-table teams would normally buy this kind of player. And next year, Arsenal will be shopping around, trying to buy them from them, paying $90 million for him. And the selling team, one season ago, just paid $35 million. And I was always wondering, what is going on with our scouts? Why are we not finding hidden gems anymore? Why are we allowing these teams to buy these player, give them a season, and then sell them back for 3 times the amount that they buy them for? You know what I mean? What's going on with our recruitment? Right? So I guess our recruitment just needed to make a change. And here we are right now. Yeah, we're still after some big name signings like the Rodgers and the Barcola and Alvarez. We're still after those big name signings. But along the way, we have to learn to balance this team. We have to learn to balance this team. You know what I mean? I think that's what Christopher Salis brings. Balance to this team. He has not been bought to be a starter. You know what I mean? Because Arsenal has made it clear that Christopher Salis is a bargain that they just couldn't turn down. Right? And they're still going to buy an elite left side player in this market. So that tells you that he's not a starter. And in order for him to be a starter, he has to fight his way into this team. So I hope he's up for the fight. You know what I mean? I hope he's up for the fight. Because you're not going to hold over for the Premier League champions just to come sit on the bench and just make up numbers. That don't make no sense. You know what I mean? That don't make no sense. Arsene Wenger says he's a very talented kid. You know what I mean? Very, very talented kid, and he believes that he's going to be successful. When the professor talk, you have to listen to the professor because the professor know what he's talking about. Remember, this man know talent, you know? This man know talent. I don't know why they not hire Arsene Wenger as a scout, you know? Arsene Wenger needs to come home, you know? They're talking about coming home. Arsene Wenger is the one that needs to come home. Arsene Wenger needs to come home, man. You want in the wilderness too long, man. You need to come home. Monoculture say Rodgers on the left, Saka on the right, and Jesus in the middle. Which Jesus are you talking about? Gabriel? No, bro. Gabriel is leaving. As you mentioned, Gabriel, I think AC Milan is a front runner. I read sometime today, and actually I glance. I didn't actually read it. I glance. That's I think AC Milan is a front runner for signing Gabriel Jesus. We all know that Gabriel Jesus probably going to end up in the over in Italy, the Bundesliga. You know, because he changed his agent, I think, to an Italian agent. So you know that's where the thing is heading towards. You know what I mean? So yeah, we need to free up space. We need to free up space. We need to sell like a Gabriel Jesus. You know what I mean? And probably a few more players, but we not really use. You know what I mean? So we can buy some real talent and players that we need to use because we still have this Krupi guy. You know what I mean? I'm still looking at this Krupi guy and still think that Arsenal probably need to see what's going on with this Krupi guy situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Go test Beaumont water, man. Go see what Beaumont want for him and see if we can make it happen. Because that little kid have a ceiling. So instead of running down Julian Alvarez, I think a Krupi. This Krupi guy is who we think we need to be looking at to invest in. Talents. You know what I mean? We have a ceiling where you can't see. At least right now you can see Julian Alvarez ceiling. But this Krupi guy, this Krupi kid, you can't see him ceiling. Him talent, him ceiling is huge. If he get the right fertilizer and foot, he might go grow like a mad weed. You know what I mean? And why not buy him and invest in him and watch him grow as ours? You know what I mean? We need to watch him grow as ours. You know what I mean? So yeah, anybody in the chat agree with me with this Krupi situation? I think Krupi is a player that Arsenal probably should be looking at. He's already primarily proven already. You know what I mean? In making debut last season and go on with the team. Plus, he's a player who help win the title. It's not easy our player to help us win the title. So I think that's where we should be going. To be honest with you. Apparently Consa link also. Yeah, I think they're linked. I think that's linked because of the Saliba situation. And that's another thing. That's one of the other situations. They're saying, okay, guess what? Arsenal are going to invest in a young player because Saliba is going to be back. Why not? Julian Alvarez shock statement on Arsenal moves. So let's deal. I don't know, sir. So why not invest in a young player? So you invest in a young player, you develop this player, right? Okay, when Saliba come back, he gonna take back his spot. But there you have a young player that you develop, they probably pay 15,000 for. And everybody was watching him play and getting good, and you can swing that and sell him back for 30,000. Why not think about business wise, man? Why not make some money from it then? We're tired of Arsenal giving away the players, man. We've been giving away our players. Big up everybody in the chat. Chris, big up yourself, Chris. Big up yourself. Guys, remember to hit the like button, alright? Yeah, man, remember to hit that like button and do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Do the damn thing. I have something to tell you about that do the damn thing situation, you know. But then we keep on talking about the situation. Do we really need a centre back? I think we actually do, you know. We are short of a centre back with Saliba gone because remember, Saliba and Gabriel plays pretty much every game. But how is it going to do? How are we going to manage when we do not really have a Saliba and Gabriel partnership? You know what I mean? Mosquera is young, very, very young. And because Mosquera is young, we don't know how much he can manage. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how much he can manage. So we are short of a centre back. The thing about it is when Gabriel come back, we're going to be a centre back hub. That's the thing. So that's what I'm saying. Instead of buying an old player that you can have a resale value, buy a young player so you can sell him back. You know what I'm saying? Buy a young player so you can sell him back. That's all I'm saying. Michael said, let's see this. Arteta isn't lacking ambition. He's acting like what a big club and manager need to be winning. Yes, he is. And that's the sweetest part about this. Arteta has been hurt by the fact that he was outplayed in Champions League. You know what I mean? And he lost. Not just outplayed, it was outplayed plus he lost. You know what I mean? So I know we're going to make some sensible signing. I know. It's just that the timing, we're not getting them right now. We need them right now. Why can't we get them now? Why do we have to wait? Why are we just hearing speculations that Arsenal going to pull a rabbit out of the hat of people? We do want every season. We're going to pull a rabbit out of the hat. Remember, a player with nobody here, just like Bruno. Bruno deal should have wrap up just like that, you know. But Arsenal waste too much time because that was a rabbit out of the hat. You know what I mean? That was a rabbit out of the hat. But it's okay. Yeah, Chris, big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. Heard about Olise news. Man, Barca fans are already crying. Yeah, well, he said he wants to go, but is he going? Are they selling him? Bayern don't want to sell him. Bayern said they're going to offer him a new contract. You know what I'm saying? Bayern said they're going to offer him a new contract. So, as far as we're concerned right now, nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. There isn't an experienced backup centre back. Conce makes sense. That's it. Conce makes sense. It makes sense. Of course, it does make sense, but it's kind of up there in age, man. And probably that's what they're trying to go for, a experienced backup centre back. So, who knows? Who knows? Mana Culture said we played no guard at centre back at some point. No guard got about 5 game time. No guard got less than 50 minutes worth of game time, I think. Yeah, I mean, no guard didn't get much game time. I think he got less than 150 minutes worth of game time. You know what I mean? So no guy definitely probably on his way out. You know what I mean? His dream has come true. He has won the Premier League. He has won the Premier League. So that's a story he can tell his kids and his grandkids. He has won the Premier League with the Arsenal. Even though he only played about 150 minutes. Still, he was an Arsenal player. You know what I mean? So, yeah. We're not trying to find makeshift centre back. We have a title to defend. You get where I'm coming from? We have a title to defend. And to defend our title, we need to be precise in things that we do. We don't need to be fooling around, making no sense at all in this market. You know what I mean? This market is our playing ground. The lightning is going on outside again, guys. I hope we don't cut the stream like we did earlier on. You know what I mean? Lightning cut the stream earlier on when I just started like 5 minutes into the stream. You know what I mean? Lightning just strike and then all power was going like this. You know what I mean? So hopefully it stayed grounded and behave itself. Lightning behave itself. Anyway, yeah. Michael said the last few transfer windows have been completely surprised by the signing. Quantity and quality. And this window will be the same. I agree. I do not disagree. I totally agree that we're going to be signing quality players this window because we already have the bodies. You know what I mean? We already have the bodies. We already have quantity. So we need quality now. We don't need to be signing a bunch of players. We need 3, 4 elite players, and that is it. You know what I'm saying? That is it. We don't need a lot. Christian Bayern doesn't want to sell, but Olise has told his French teammate Kyle Mbappe and others that he wants to join Madrid. And Bayern will have to sell him then. Bayern don't have to do anything. Bayern owns him. So Bayern don't have to do anything. He wants to toss his pom-poms out the prom and whatever you want to do. Bayern don't have to do nothing at all. They own him. He has a contract. You know what I'm saying? He has a contract. Just like Julian Alvarez, they have a contract. Just like Julian Alvarez, he was crazy enough to sign away himself on a death row contract with a release clause. With a death row release clause. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, ridiculous release clause. Now you sign these release clause, and then you're gonna push for a move for a fraction of the release clause. Come on, man. You have to be thinking. You have to be smart. We gonna come from signing a $500 million release clause, a $350 million release clause. Is that doable? When you were signing it, was it doable? You didn't sign that release clause with the intention to leave the club. You get where I'm coming from? You didn't sign that release clause with the intention to leave the club. So now you're playing good, and these people are looking at you. You know what I mean? And want you. Where were these people when the club was buying you and investing you? Where were them? You know what I mean? They didn't see you then. They didn't value you then. But now you come to a club and you make yourself value, and then, okay, we want him. But he was available 2 seasons ago. He wasn't good enough then. You know what I mean? And then you're going to be pushing for a move after you just signed a death row release clause. You just pretty much go inside the cell, lock it up, and throw the key to the owners and say, yo, y'all can go and leave me. That's pretty much what you do. It's a death sentence you give yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to sit in jail now and starve yourself and tell them, say, hey, I'm not going to eat unless you release me. If I was that, I would have starved. If it was me, you stay right in there and starve. You understand? Yes. Because you should have known better than to sign that release clause. Yes, man. Monoculture said 500 million release clause. Sometimes I have to emphasize to make understanding situation. You know what I'm saying? My manager will have talk with Olise, and it's more like Madrid are going crazy behind him. The offer is her stand around 215 million euro. They got to set that up, bro. They got to set that. To how bad they want him, Atletico, Bayern can get more than that for them. Way more than that. They can get at least 300 euro. You know what I mean? Sure. He said that he have 250 to spend, and that's his starting price. Remember, he said that publicly. He had 250 to spend, and that is the starting price. Starting. Starting means I just say begin, not him. You understand me? So we're gonna see more than that for sure. For sure, for sure. It's highly likely he'll be joining this transfer window itself. We'll get to within the next 2 weeks about Olise and Madrid. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I don't mind. Listen to me. I just want my club do their transfer business and let us see what my club is actually about. You know what I mean? And then we're gonna analyze it. We're gonna compare it to figure out where we are in the running of the Champions League. Because I'm not sizing up with the Premier League with my club right now. I'm sizing up with Bayern and Real Madrid because I want to see if the signings that they make and the signings that we make are going to match up. Are we going to have a clash and a proper clash, or are they going to roll over us when we meet in the fight for the Champions League? You get me? That's where my situation is at now. That's where my thinking is at now. So I'm looking at these, and I'm looking at us, and I'm looking at them. Yeah, I am eyesing still what's going on in the league. I see Tottenham, I see Man U, I see Manchester City, I see Aston Villa buy about 4 players in like 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Newcastle trying but getting rejected. I'm seeing everybody. I am seeing everybody. We are seeing everybody. We are seeing everything we want. But guess what? Just like them said the World Cup is coming on, it's coming on. These English clubs are not winning the Champions League very often. The Champions League is hanging around Spain and them place there. Very, very, very rare it visit England. Very, very rare it visit England, and these need to change. We can't be called the biggest league in football and can't win the Champions League. Y'all get where I'm coming from? We can't be called the biggest league in football and can't win the Champions League. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. So these are the situations we have to change. We can't be called the biggest league and can't attract the biggest players. You get where I come from? These are what I'm talking about. We need to accelerate in getting certain situation done. The Champions League need to start coming to England on a regular basis, not a once a while situation. Just like how Real Madrid winning often, Barcelona winning often, that's how Arsenal need to win it often, or Manchester City, or Manchester United. Don't think Chelsea gonna win it back. You know what I mean? Tottenham ain't never gonna win this. I can't even mention their name. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? That's how we need to keep on winning these leagues. That's the reason why when we say, okay, England have the best league in the world, they laugh at us. Because we're all the Champions League trophies. The Champions League trophies are a collectiveness of the best leagues in the world played. You know what I mean? Yeah, the best leagues in the world are played, and the winner get the Champions League. Most of the Champions League are Spain. But yes, so we don't grade Spain League, we don't grade France League. You know what I mean? We call it what? Corrigot League or something like that. See that? See that? PSG is back to back Champions League champion. Back to back. And we're downgrading these league and say, oh, yeah, we just bought a player from Monaco. But guess what? We got to see what happened with him because the French league is not so good. So it's not like the English league. France, PSG just beat Arsenal. And not only just beat Arsenal, neither they whip Arsenal backside. You know what I mean? So when are we going to stop downgrading these leagues? We need to stop. Because we not carry home the big trophy. We not carry on the Champions League. So we can't sit back no more and say, yo, guess what? We are the best league in the world. Show me. Let's prove it. You get what I'm saying? Let us prove it. We need to start proving it. We can't be the best league in the world and go to a Champions League final and get outplayed. Like we got outplayed. Defend for our lives. While them other team are playing some beautiful football and people are saying, well, this one-sided. You know what I'm saying? We can't be like that. We have to prove that we are the best league in the world. We have to prove it. It has to be proven. You understand what I'm saying? It has to be proven. No doubt about it. So, this English team, they need to strengthen the right way that they can challenge for the Champions League. Not just the English League, for the Champions League. Because if we can't beat a Barcelona or a Real Madrid, then how are we the best? How? I don't know. Am I making sense, guys? Talk to me, man. Don't tell me if I'm making sense, man. Or if I'm talking nonsense. Tell me if I'm making sense. You get me? Yeah. Tell me if I'm making sense, please. My culture says, can't wait to see and welcome to Arsenal Zolis video. Chris said, you're right. Spanish team dominate in the Champions League. Madrid are 15 Europa League champions. Europa Champions League 20. The point I'm making. How much Arsenal have? How many does Arsenal have? None. Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, all of the English teams never win it. All of them put together still don't have as much as Real Madrid have. You know what I mean? All of them still don't have as much as Real Madrid have. So I'm just saying, we need to up our game and stop this notion that, hey, we're better than them league because we say so. We have to show that. We need to start show that now. We're better than them. Show it on the scoreboard. Show it with the trophies. You understand what I'm saying? That's how we need to start proving that we're better than them. I support an English club. I support Arsenal Football Club and I will never ever support another club. It's my team. You know what I mean? That's my team. The Champions League final loss hurts. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Champions League final loss, it hurt. You see me? So we need to recruit right. We need to buy the right player so we can go back and this time go all the way. That's all I'm saying. This time go all the way. PSG has never won it. But they win it and they decide to them now, let it go. And PSG, as strong as they are, they're still strengthening their team. They are the Curry Goat League, but still yet, them can buy the best players in the world. And the best players want to go to them. You see? The best players want to go to them. So, I don't know. I reckon we'll win the Champions League in the next 3 years. Man, see how long that 3 years from now, that's a long time. That's a long time. I think Arteta will want to make history. I want to make history now, man. So we're going to watch PSG win it again. Are we going to watch Real Madrid go 16? Are we going to watch Barcelona go how much ever they're going now? You know what I'm saying? That's the situation. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So in the next 3 years, Barcelona probably win it once, Real Madrid once, and PSG another one time. And Arsenal go win it one time, and then no other English team go win it for the next 6 years again. That's the same thing I'm talking about. You know what I mean? We're not a small club to have a vision like that to say, guess what, we can't win this next year. So in the next 3 years, this is what we're going to do. Why are we thinking like that? We're the Premier League champions. If we're the Premier League champion, that means we're the best team in England, right? And if we're the best team in England, which is the best league in the world, why can't we win the Champions League? Think about it, people. Let's talk. Let's real talk. Let's real talk. If we are the Premier League champions, and we're supposedly, allegedly, the best league in the world, why can't we win the Champions League. Why? We're the best league in the world. So why can't the Premier League champions win the Champions League? That's my point exactly. You know what I mean? We need to stop downgrading these other leagues and need to put we need to start winning these teams and start beating these teams. There's no way we can criticize PSG league anymore. We can't criticize we shouldn't even be criticizing La Liga because they have the most Champions League over there. You know what I mean? They have the most Champions League over there. So yeah. Michael said we made a semi and final within the last 2 years. It's been between us and PSG the last 2 years. But Michael, if you look at what Barcelona have done over this transfer window, what they still want to do, and you look at what Real Madrid have done over this transfer window, what they still want to do you think that season coming gonna be the same like last season? Let's be honest. Do you think that season coming gonna be the same as last season when you look at all that these two teams are doing? When you look at what PSG is doing over there, if PSG can sell a player like Barcola, can you imagine? A player like Barcola, can you imagine? You know what I'm saying? Just look at the narrative. Just look at the logic, someone. English team need to step up, brother. We need to step up. You know what I'm saying? We need to be winning this Champions League on a regular basis. A regular basis. But at every 5 Champions League player, we're supposed to win 4. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You want to become the best league? You have to prove it. It's not by word of mouth. The best league is not by talking. It's by playing. It's by playing. We're not the ones with the trophies. The trophies them they are Spain mostly. They are the ones with the trophy. You know what I mean? Who they sign, how followed. They sign a lot of players, and then they sign a lot of good players. And then they still want the likes of Julian Alvarez, one team want, and one team want the likes of Olise. I remember they already have some devastating players. They hire a new coach, Jose Mourinho. Yeah, we all know Jose Mourinho know how to win. You know what I'm saying? We all know Jose Mourinho know how to win. PSG just won. And they still sign the players. It's crazy. Whatever PSG want at this moment, they get. You know what I mean? Whatever they want at this moment, they get. It's just mad ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is this: we need to step up, and we need to face the music and dance properly. I want us to cement ourselves, as we said, the best league in the world. But we need to start doing that with trophies. That's all I'm saying. We need to start doing that with trophies. We need trophies. Champions League trophies. I'm not talking about the English trophies, where only the England team can win. Champions League trophy. It was fantastic that Aston Villa won the Europa League and Crystal Palace won the Conference League. Okay, cool. Those are stepping in the right directions. You know what I mean? If Arsenal had done the job and won the Champions League, then that would be a clean sweep for England. And then we could say, okay, English football is coming back. You know what I mean? It's coming back. There are some things that we need to do to get to where we need to get. World Cup for one of them too. World Cup for one of them too. That need to stop eluding England. You know what I mean? I don't say we with England because I'm a Brazilian fan. You know what I mean? I'm a Brazilian fan. But just for English football, I would like to see World Cup grow up. I would like to see them grow up. World Cup needs to find back its yard. You understand? Yeah. To be honest with you. I don't fear Madrid or Barca. This isn't the 2000s or 10s or 2010. No more Messi and or Ronaldo. Hey, We can only fear what's in front of us. As I said, they are doing some mad signings. So let's see. Let us see. If we sign Zolis, Gumars, Rodgers, and Kansa, I say Champions League. Okay. 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 Let's see. Well, we already signed Zolis. Let's see. Bruno and Gumari's conversation probably still going on. I don't know about Kansa. You know what I mean? But let's see. Let's see. As I said, people, it's just a situation where I just want to see my team do well. You know what I mean? I want us to sign elite players, top players, just like every other team, and I want us to compete to the fullest. You know what I mean? I want us to compete to the fullest. So, yeah, that's it. We're going to be back again later on, you know, to pick up on this discussion and continue again some more. You see me? If you haven't yet liked the channel, people, go ahead and put a like on the channel, man. And if you're new, hit the subscription. Alright? If you're new, hit the subscription. We're just talking reasoning football. Later on, we're going to talk about some players that probably need to go and look into the players that we're trying to buy as well. You get me? Yeah, so we're gonna watch and see what's going on with this situation later on. You know what I mean? And we're gonna talk about it. Will an update come on in by now and then, especially with this Julian Alvarez situation? We will talk about it also. But we're gonna come and we're gonna talk about. You know what I mean? We're gonna reason and talk about. We're going back to our best. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're going back to our best. Watch Real Madrid this season. They are coming to her. They are coming to her. That's no joke. Love it, Riley. See you soon. Love the background today. This is better. Yeah, I'm going back to my natural background until I fix my background how it's supposed to be fixed. You know, going back to the natural background. And I'm gonna have to start doing the stream this way as well. So I know it's not gonna start out with the lots of people that we're used to when we're on the vertical stream, but we have to build this one. Alright, people, so please help me to go ahead and build this one. Alright, we have to build this one. We've been doing all vertical. We need to build a horizontal stream. So it's not only going to be just vertical anymore. We're going to do a lot horizontal right now. Alright? Yeah, I've been not doing this at all. So it needs to be built. So this is what we're doing right now. We're building this one, becoming a proper channel and moving forward. Alright? Yeah. Remember the fantasy football league. Yeah, we are going to do that fantasy football league as well. Michael, do you know the fantasy football league? No, I think you said no, right? Chris, do you know the fantasy football league? Text me. Text me if you know how to do it so I can learn it, so I can get the community involved. I'm building a fantasy football league for Riley's World going into the new season. Okay? Yeah, we're gonna gel together as a community and do it. Alright? Loving your contact recently, you're doing good. Well built. I appreciate it. Yes, I do it. Alright, Michael, hit me up. I need y'all to teach me. I'm not a dinosaur, I just haven't done it, okay? So don't call me no dinosaur, okay? I just have not done it. I've been too busy doing a whole lot of different stuff. So I haven't got the time to even figure it out. But now is the time. So yeah, hit me up. Probably tomorrow. Yeah, probably tomorrow. Or y'all can text me today still. But hit me up and let's talk about it so I can know. Alright? Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. Blah, no, she's been teaching me. I'll share it with you. Okay, good. Or I can just have Blah teach me. But yeah, share it with me. Michael said he knows it as well. So Michael, hit me up and share it with me, alright? We're building a league. We are building a league. But guys, this has been Riley's World. And y'all know, once you hear the voice, this is your boy Riley. Big up on the damn self, you know. Hey, speaking about that, big up on the damn self. I've already done one of those big podcasts. So when we take these big podcasts and watch it now, watch it. They're watching. Yeah man, they're watching. Big up on the damn self still. Big up on the damn self. I'm ready to one of the big podcasts, man, but we not son. But they watch it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things we do, and I hear it on some big podcasts, so they watch it. They watch it. We small, so we ain't gonna get the recognition for it. It's fine. We growing. We getting there. We're getting there. Still, big up on the damn self. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. This is Riley's World, people. And y'all don't know. Yes, we're out. And we will see you guys in the next one. Insta Riley's World. Instagram page and grow, people. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. It over on Facebook too at Alfonso Riley. And it over on TikTok at Riley's World again. You know what I mean? So we are doing the damn thing everywhere. We are doing the damn thing everywhere. So big up everybody. Big up the community for the support. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna be shocked one of these days. Just wait. Just hold on. I was shocked for y'all one of these days. It's coming. It's coming. Alright. Later will be greater. We're doing it again later. So big up on the damn self. And make sure y'all tune in. Hit on the notification so they know when the channel come alive. We're gonna reason again later. This is how we're gonna be doing our thing. You know what I mean? We love to talk. We love to talk football and we love to talk with each other. So come up with a reasoning game later again and we're gonna go at it. We're gonna go at it. We'll get recognized soon. Yeah man, we're gonna get it done, man. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done. But later will be greater. Guys, appreciate it, alright? Thank y'all so much for being here. Appreciate the love and the support. And we go again. We go again. So, see y'all a little more. Remember, still, put the last like on the channel now. Put the last like on the channel. Somebody, anybody. Nobody? Alright, no worries, no worries. Later.